Whatever you want to do in life, find something that you don't mind doing for the rest of your life. Find something that you like. And even if it seems like it's impossible, it's very, very possible. So don't get nervous. If you have a big goal, just chip away at it until you get to where you need to be.
Shocking death of rap star Juice WRLD. The 21-year-old, who's named Billboard's Best New Artist this year, suffered a medical emergency at Chicago's Midway Airport.
When he turned into Juice WRLD, what was that like for you? Scary. You were scared.
Born on December 2nd, 1998 in Chicago, Illinois, Jared Higgins, later known as Juice WRLD, spent his earliest years on the city's south side before his family located to a nicer area, the suburbs. Around that time, his parents actually ended up separating, and Juice stated himself that his father really was in and out of his life, leaving his mother just to raise Jared and his older brother largely on her own. Well, strong woman, man. When Juice was young, music was a big part of his life early on. Encouraged by his mom, she encouraged music to be in the house a lot. She made sure that Juice stayed creative. His mom wasn't a fan of rap music because she felt like it was too vulgar. So Juice gravitated towards rock bands like Blink-182, Black Sabbath, and Fall Out Boy, which would later on have a big influence on his sound. Even though his mom said no to rap music, he still found a way to find it through the internet and his cousins. They were bumping all the poppin' rappers at the time, like Gucci Mane and Jeezy. Juice really gravitated towards rap, and when he got home from his cousin's house, he often felt like it was his calling. He often recited the lyrics that he heard at his cousin's house. When Juice got into high school, he even liked rap more, and he started listening to artists like Future, whose music had a major influence on both his sound, but unfortunately, his early experimentation with grape juice. Juice was listening to rap so much that he just decided to freestyle at school. He would be seen freestyling in classrooms and on the school radio. He actually started getting pretty popular in high school, being known as the kid that knows how to spit. As a matter of fact, his classmates thought he was so cold that they encouraged him to start making music. When Juice's passion for music started growing more and more, he started putting school on the back burner. He spent lots of time being a student of the game, studying the other people that came before him in the music industry, then focusing on homework. So basically he was doing his own homework. He was doing his own studying by studying music. At this time, Juice was just rapping regular. He wasn't singing at all, but he still was listening to rock music. Bands like Panic at the Disco and Green Day were his favorite ones. He even was picking up the guitar because he just wanted to be a rock star just like them. He often looked up YouTube videos on how to play. Him deciding to pick up guitar and really get into that rock music was really what helped separate him from many artists. In 2014, Jared recorded his first song, which was written about a girl that he liked in high school. Bro's been making songs about the ladies since day one. I respect it. The following year, he created a SoundCloud account, which is a super good move. Because in 2014, it was easier to gain a fan base and get traction on SoundCloud. He would release his first debut mixtape, What Is Love. It marked an important first step. Recording music wasn't easy for Juice. He didn't have enough money for regular studio sessions, so he couldn't be as consistent. He often relied on his phone to record songs and had to scrape together whatever cash he could get just to book a couple hours in the studio. During this time, he started experimenting with sweets. It started off as just lettuce, but expanded. Juice has stated in songs that the sweets helped enhance his style. It helped him feel emotions that he usually doesn't feel, so it helped him record music. Each project showed noticeable improvement, and he really started to find his sound. Especially in 2016, he released his Juiced Up EP that year. And that tape did not blow up by any means, but it definitely got some eyes on him. It was an important tape that really helped jumpstart his career. A producer actually reached out to him. His name was Sidepiece. And Sidepiece was pretty well connected when it came to talent in the underground. So this was a big win for Juice. So the two of them started locking in and working. Later that year, Juice released another project called Twilight Zone, which would eventually be removed from SoundCloud. As his music kept evolving, so did his sweet use. As I said earlier, Juice has stated that the sweets helped enhance the emotions he felt, and he put all that energy into his music. So since he kept making this music where he had to be so vulnerable and show raw emotion, his sweet intake increased. At this time, Juice got connected with a super producer, Nick Mira. His original producer, Sidepiece, introduced the two. And if you don't know, Nick Mira is part of Internet Money. He's really just like a producing legend. He's a GOAT. So this was a huge deal for Juice WRLD. Nick Mirror instantly realized Juice's talent. The combination of them two working would become instrumental in developing the emotional melodic sound that eventually launched Juice WRLD's career. And I mean, that makes sense. I mean, when two GOATs work together, man, something gonna launch, something gonna blast off. Juice WRLD really came into the rap game at the perfect time. At this point in time, SoundCloud rap was in its freaking prime. And the emo rap rockstar rap image was really trending at this time. Rappers like Lil Uzi Vert and Trippie Redd were pioneers of that. On top of that, Juice WRLD really stood out from the drill music wave that was going on in Chicago. And lots of people probably wouldn't even know he's from Chicago by listening to his music. As his music evolved, his producers encouraged him to build a strong identity, leading to change his name from Juice the Kid and introduce himself as Juice WRLD. The name Juice was inspired by the film Juice, starring one of his biggest influences, Tupac. He even had the Juice haircut in high school. With a new name, goated producers, and a growing confidence, Jared became obsessed with releasing music as consistently as possible. He believed if he stayed active, listeners would eventually discover what he was building. Throughout the first half of 2017, he remained busy, releasing several small projects. One of them was a 3-song mixtape called Nothing's Different. Then after that, he dropped another project called Hollywood Dreams. Every release helped him sharpen his sound, and although his audience was still small, he could feel himself improving and getting better, which is very important for artist development. Even though Juice's music was improving, the streams weren't enough to support himself. It was super challenging and Juice had to get a job. Juice even admitted that there was a period where he seriously considered stepping away from his dream, but that feeling didn't last long. After only a short time, he couldn't ignore his passion and ambition. Music was the only thing that he could think about. He ended up quitting his job and remained locked in with the music. He got back in the lab with Nick Mirror and Side Piece and ended up releasing his EP. On June 15, 2017, he uploaded his first full-length mixtape, 999, to SoundCloud. And one of the tracks on this tape was Lucid Dreams. And this song didn't blow up immediately, but this tape still, regardless, marked an important part in his career. A couple artists in the industry actually heard the tape and enjoyed it. Juice started to feel like his hard work was finally paying off. Motivated by the growing attention, Juice refused to slow down. As 2017 came to a close, he released one of his most important tracks, Nothing's Different. This was a 3-track project, and its opening song was All Girls Are the Same. And that track did the trick. It was a turning point in his career, and Cole Bennett reached out, the owner of Lyrical Lemonade. During this time, his career kept expanding. He started appearing more frequently on radio shows and interviews, where he was often challenged to freestyle live on air. Just like the high school days, he impressed anyone that was around him that heard him freestyle. Juice WRLD's mother described Juice as very impulsive. And if you guys don't know what impulsive means, it's acting and doing something with barely any thought. When you're freestyling and rapping and you're going off the top of your head, you have to think super fast, and sometimes you have no time to think at all. This makes sense. The art of freestyling isn't thinking, it's just doing, which makes sense why he was so good at freestyling. But that's just my opinion. When people heard him freestyle live on air, it quickly shut down the accusations of him just being another SoundCloud rapper. He was more than that. At this time, Lucid Dreams was ringing off. It was becoming a worldwide hit. Juice WRLD and his team ended up putting the song on his tape, Goodbye and Good Riddance. That led fans to hear even more Juice WRLD songs, because right after they heard Lucid Dreams, they checked out the tape and just heard another hit, and another hit, because this tape was full of smash hits. By the end of 2018, he already earned 2 award nominations for Best New Artist. Though he didn't take home either prize, next year he only got bigger. On March 2019, he released his second studio album, A Death Race for Love. This project included major hits like Robbery, which also had a Lyrical Lemonade video, and it became a hit also. This song, he leans more into the rock sound than the rap sound, and it caught lots of people's attention. Also, side note, when The Death Race for Love dropped, I thought the cover art was so cool. At this time, Juice WRLD was on top of the world, no pun intended. Everything was going according to plan. His music was improving, but also his personal life. He began dating Ali Lottie and seemed noticeably more content, even as fame reached new heights. His momentum in the industry was undeniable. Lots of hits were coming out at this time, and his song with NBA Youngboy, Bandit, became one of the biggest hits after Lucid Dreams. And on this song, Juice was actually rapping more than singing, showing that he can dominate the charts either way. Even if he's singing or rapping, he still can end up on top. Later that year, Juice performed and toured internationally, including shows with Kid Laroi in Australia. After finishing the tour, he posted on social media that he planned to take a short break around his 21st birthday to rest and celebrate. On December 8, 2019, tragedy struck. While traveling on a private jet from Los Angeles, headed back to Chicago, federal authorities were reportedly alerted about sticks on board. Also, according to reports, law enforcement was already monitoring the situation due to earlier incidents with Juice in his camp. When the plane landed in Chicago, the cops and agents were already waiting for Juice and his camp. In the midst of the situation, Juice experienced a medical emergency after reportedly ingesting pills. He went into distress shortly after the landing and was transported to a hospital. Emergency responders administered Narcan in an attempt to reverse the effects of an overdose, but he stopped breathing and was later pronounced deceased. Despite his life being cut tragically short, Juice WRLD had created enough unreleased material to fuel multiple future projects. He had so much material recorded that an album was released, Legends Never Die, on July 10th, 2020. It debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200 and sold nearly 500,000 units in its first week, breaking multiple records. His goal remained simple throughout his career: to make music that could reach someone going through pain and make them feel less alone. Although he's no longer with us, his influence, sound, and legacy continues to resonate worldwide. R.I.P. Juice WRLD. Your friends and family will always love you. And that's the Juice WRLD documentary. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I know this was a sad one. It actually made me sad while recording it because it really showed me how talented Juice WRLD really was. But if you enjoyed watching, drop a like for me and also subscribe because we dropping videos every single day. Also, let me know in the comments which documentaries you want to see next or which videos you want to see next. I appreciate y'all and I love y'all. Rap Renegade out. R.I.P. Juice WRLD. Peace.